Hey there, McAllister with Toasty DIY, and today I'm doing another video over the game I'm working on. This is just kind of a fun pet project I'm doing when I have time here at work as a fun thing to do, hopefully by the time our next stream rolls around. And I'm kind of working on a name now for the game. I just got asked that by Jackson and Matt. I think Time for Toast will be the name for the game. But the goal is we are a piece of toast trying to get into a toaster. I think that's going to be the basic premise, kind of like I am bread. I'm only doing that because clearly Toasty Bros, but in reality, it's just going to be a basic platformer in that the toaster will be the flagpole. You jump in the toaster, congratulations, you win. Kind of like Pico Park, you enter the door. I have a different idea for the game that I thought of when I was coming in here about maybe getting rid of this because I just spent today essentially making a level selector and a pause menu. That is really all I wanted to do. Now it still has some quirks, but in this video you'll be seeing in the background, it's essentially me following a tutorial for the most basic button UI layout, and then me trying to figure out how to make it follow the player. So now I have it attached to the piece of toast, so it's like it's a child of the player camera. So that way it'll be always in the center of screen because I really don't know how to code. So I'm trying to find any way to avoid coding. But I am running into a wall here where now I'm going to have some objectives that are hard to Google, such as like I need to know when the players all reach the end and jump into the toaster, there's not enough room for all the players. So I have to make the player disappear the moment they touch the bottom of the toaster. I don't know how to do that. That when they have successfully reached the bottom of the toaster, that a congratulations screen appears. I don't know how to do that. I also need to figure out how to make the player camera not follow necessarily the first player, but follow the average of the four players, or follow the person in first. I don't know how to decide like who is the farthest forward. I'm sure this is where coding could make life really simple, but I don't know how to do that. So I'm probably gonna have to go to the Discord and like ask questions to figure this out. But like I've said in the last one, if any of you know anything, leave it down below. But I also, in this video, made the basic like game doc in order to get a basic prototype out of this. So I basically need to create a vertical slice, I think is what they call it, just a functional version with all the features, and then I can go out and make the levels. And I'm really debating on making the game just a climb straight up kind of Shovel Knight Tower King kind of situation where the camera just follows you up and I just make a basic tile map and like we work through a kitchen. That might be a better idea because then I can remove these UI elements, because you'll see here at some point I might show it right here on the screen if I didn't already, is I had a problem where I had worked on a level select world select option thinking I might do it like where you travel through the kitchen, but it ended up kind of bugging out, and then I deleted it all and tried to save, and then I got really mad. Luckily I was able to find the errors and fix it. But I'm just kind of between on what I think I can do versus what I want to. I'm trying to shape the game around what I'm able to accomplish already. And I'm nervous about it's kind of getting out of scope for what I can do without asking some questions. And then if a real big stretch goal is I would love to make this in some way multiplayer to where they can play it on their own computers. That'd be way easier. Just like trying to set up a LAN version of the game to where they can play from across the room. And I think a rage game would just be kind of funny and easier to make in general because it'd just be difficult jumps, and if somebody falls, then it resets it right back to the bottom. But I don't know how long they'd play that, so it's probably better to keep it level by level or like rage level by rage level maybe. We'll see. Because I'm going to need to figure out how to do mechanics like pushing boxes, pressing buttons in level. So we'll see how that goes. This is just kind of a check-in and more of a diary of trying to see what I have going on and where I'm going to be going with this game. I want badly to be done by the next 2 weeks. So right now we're at a pretty basic spot. I just need to make a tile set. I need to go through and fix some of these weird bugs I'm having, like when you pause the game and unpause the game, sometimes it can get a little weird. The sprite can move in the background while it's paused. That's really not a big issue, just kind of annoying to me. And I think that I want the game to, when you hit the pause menu, go to main menu, and if you reselect the level you were in, it puts you back where you were. It doesn't reset the level. So I need to somehow, I think the best way to do it is like somehow proc the kill zone or go to the kill zone script and steal the code that resets the level and make it like on load in, reset the level. I think that might work, but these are things that I'm really like, I'm learning to more tape things together right now than I am learning to whittle my own creation. I've just gone online, and when I need a certain function, I Google how to do it, and I do it. I'm not really understanding the code I'm looking at. I'm starting to understand some basic things, like what a variable is, how these dots work when you're like dot modulate, dot instantiate, dot, so on and so forth. Like on event button pressed seems like it makes a lot of sense. Press the button, this should happen. These all are easy in concept, but hard to execute. Every time I do it, I'm missing a semicolon. My equal signs isn't 2 equal signs; it's 1. It's quite difficult. So if you have any questions about this game or any ideas, let me know down in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. And if you are a better coder than me, once again, an invitation to help me. I'd really appreciate it. You'll clearly get a shout out, as I appreciate that assistance. But yeah, just trying to make this game. And if you thought you should make one, it's not the hardest thing in the world, but it's certainly not easy. You won't be coding like a monster unless you are just a prodigy, I guess, or just smarter than me. But if you have any questions, like I said, down below. I appreciate y'all for taking the time and watching this video, and peace.